WRSR, Owasso, Flint. The following program has been pre-recorded and is paid for by Discover Flint Township. The views expressed are those of Discover Flint Township and do not necessarily reflect the views of 103.9 The Fox or Krill Communications, Inc. Welcome to Discover Flint Township, a program showcasing our local community. Flint Township is ready for your next move. And now, your host, Flint Township Economic Enhancement Director, Tracy Tucker.
I'm Tracy Tucker, and this is Discover Flint Township, brought to you by Flint Township Economic Development Authorities, HAP, Financial Plus Credit Union, Shea Automotive Group, Guaranteed Rate, and 103.9 The Fox. This morning, we have a guest with us from Financial Plus Credit Union. We have Rose here. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. So, your name's Rose Boan,
Yep.
And you're with Financial Plus Credit Union. So, what is your role there?
Currently, I am a mortgage loan originator. I've been with Financial Plus for 15 years and in the mortgage department doing loans for the last 6 or 7 years.
Oh, okay. Very good. Very good. What did you start out as?
I started at the very bottom. I started as a teller.
Oh, there you go. Worked your way up.
I sure did.
You know, I hear a lot of those stories from Financial Plus.
Yes.
It's a great place to start a career.
It is.
Right?
Yes.
So you're talking, today we're talking loan products.
Yes.
From Financial Plus Credit Union. A lot of these products are at other credit unions and banks as well, but we're going to talk about what you guys offer today.
Right.
So what is it specifically you want to talk about today?
We just wanted to spread the news, make sure everybody's aware of the different products we have available. Start off, I just want to go over a new promotion we have. It's a first-time home buyer promotion.
Okay.
It is new to us, but it's a great program. It does not expire. Coming up with closing costs and down payment can be hard for a first-time home buyer,
Sure.
so we're really looking to help them out, get them into their dream home. With the first-time home buyer program, you can get a rate reduction or a closing cost reduction. You can choose one of the two, so it could help you out either way.
Sure, that's cool. Mm-hmm. That's cool. So what about, and I know you probably carry the normal ones that everybody else, like you have conventional mortgages. What's going on with that right now?
Yeah, conventional mortgages are, the one you hear about the most. Everybody wants to get into a conventional mortgage. They're great. They have, you can do a 10, 15, 20, or 30-year term. Mm-hmm. There's options for 3% down for first-time home buyers, which is great as well. You can pair that with our first-time home buyer program. You need a minimum score of 620. There's some other, guidelines that we follow, but it is a great program for, people in a good spot looking to buy a home.
Yeah. So in your first-time home buyer program, what is the minimum down on that? Or is it variable because they can get...
Yeah, it would depend on the loan program they get into as well. Like with conventional, it's 3%, but we do also offer FHA, which is a 3.5% down payment for everybody. Okay. So that's a great program for those of you, those people out there that don't have more than 3.5% down.
Sure. Now, what about, is there a minimum credit score when you're talking about conventional?
Yes, 620 for conventional.
Okay.
That is going to be, it's good for people who have maybe a lower score, but if it's below 620, we're going to have to find another program like FHA.
Okay.
Yeah.
As we tell everybody all the time, your credit score is very important.
It is very important.
Very, very
I
important.
wish they taught that more in school.
Yeah,
or
right?
had classes on that. You never know.
Yeah, exactly. Now, on a conventional mortgage, is that only for your primary residence, or can it be used for other things?
No, you can use it for a primary, a second home, an investment property.
Okay.
You can use it for a few different things.
Okay. And then the next one that most people have heard of is the FHA loan, right?
Yes.
So what is the difference between that and your conventional mortgage?
So an FHA loan is, it's guaranteed, backed by the government. So it has a little less guidelines as far as credit score, bankruptcies, foreclosures. So people might have those, recent credit issues that they're dealing with and can't get into a conventional. FHA, you have a little more room to wiggle on those certain problem areas of your credit reports.
Okay, so because the FHA, what does that stand for? I've heard it forever, but
Federal Housing Administration.
Okay. So that's what you're saying, and it's federally backed. Right?
It is federally backed.
So, and the minimum score on that one was what, 5?
It's 580.
Okay, all right. And then you've got rural development, which is another federal, right?
Yes. Rural development is a loan that we have offered in the past, but with the housing market being so hot the last couple of years, we didn't really get to use it a lot. But, that program is designed to boost economic growth in rural and suburban areas. So it has no down payment. You do not have to have any money for your down payment. You can roll in some of the closing costs, and the minimum credit score for that is 640. There are income limitations. It is for low to moderate income households. So if you can fit into it, it's a great product.
And you have to be in a rural development area, right?
Yes. Yep.
And I don't think any in Flint Township qualifies, but I think there are some areas in Genesee County that do. So that's something for people to look into if they're looking for a home. Now, granted, when I looked at that, it would have been about 5 years ago when my daughter was looking for a house. And so we looked into that of what areas were did qualify for the rural development.
Yeah.
And you can look that up and find out if you're looking at a house, if it even qualifies.
You can. You can go to the USDA webpage and type in the address, and it'll tell you if you qualify.
Oh, cool. I didn't know that. I went on and found a map or something. I don't remember what it was. Of course, that was, like I said, it was 5 years ago. I'm sure it's much easier now. And that one's pretty cool. You said no down payment, and you can roll the closing costs in.
Some
mortgage.
of them. Yep.
And interest rates are probably lower.
The USDA, those rates are set by the USDA.
Okay.
So they're pretty similar right now to conventional FHA rates.
Okay. So they're around the same. And what about, you said on the credit score, and that one's a little bit higher though, right?
That is a little bit higher, yeah.
Okay. Now, do they work with people, or is it a minimum and it's just that?
It is a minimum, yeah. Okay. Yep. But, if you are struggling with your credit score, you could always reach out to us. We have financial advisors in our branches that can take a look at what you got going on and tell you how to get that score back up to where you would need it to qualify.
Okay, cool. So, and then you have... I was looking through, you had sent me some notes, and I was looking through, and I think you said that MSHDA has loans now too? That's Michigan, right?
Yes. The MSHDA is a grant from the state of Michigan. You can get $7,500 up to $10,000 in some zip codes.
Oh, wow.
A lot of the zip codes in Flint are going to qualify for the $10,000. But it's exclusively for first-time home buyers, some repeat home buyers in targeted areas, so you really want to look at that if you're looking to buy your second home or it's not your first home. Again, this one has income limits, so these are designed for low to moderate income households, so you want to make sure you qualify on that part. You do have to contribute 1% of the sales price to the closing cost with this grant. Okay. It's not like the rural development where you don't have to put any money into the pot. You do have to put at least 1% in.
Yeah, but you're also getting a grant.
Right.
So, I mean, free money.
Right.
Pretty much.
Yep.
So you're doing matching.
Yeah. Again, the credit score is 640 minimum for this one as well.
Okay, so that one sounds pretty good because it's for low to moderate income. Again, you said, and I guess what people need to understand is just because you're low income doesn't mean you can't get a loan. Right. Right.
These are products put out there for you, especially.
Right. Yeah, that's great because, And when it gets down to it, a lot of times when you're paying rent, you're paying more than what a house payment would be.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, obviously there's other things that come along with owning a house, like you have to pay all the water and the property taxes and that stuff. But usually when you're renting, you're paying your water, the electricity, you're paying everything except for the property taxes, right?
Right. Yeah, definitely.
So yeah, it's something to look into. When my daughter was looking at buying a house. She first moved out, and she moved into an apartment, and she wanted to be out for a year, make sure she could do payments, make sure she could do all that. And she's like, I am tired of giving somebody else my money. She says, I want to own my own house and have putting my money towards my own investment on something I can get back
for
later.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, you don't have to jump into a $300,000 house.
Right.
Your first home, just
we
get started.
Starter homes, right? You used to have a starter home, and then as you grew in your career or whatever you did, or your family, and then you made it a little bit bigger as you went, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, okay, and then we have jumbo loans.
Yes, we offer jumbo loans for those people, those lucky people out there that are buying homes over $647,000.
Yeah.
A jumbo loan is a great product. It is held on our portfolio, so there are some conditions to that, but you can put 20 to 25% down. You do have to have a minimum score of 700, and your debt ratio needs to be below 43%. Those are just, due to the dollar amount of the loan.
Well, yeah, because they're huge. I mean, you're talking over $500,000, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's a lot of house. And then now you're doing vacant land loans, right? That's new.
Yes,
right?
It is new. We rolled that out last year. It's for people looking to purchase a piece of property to eventually build on. The loan does have a 5-year balloon, so after you build your house, you need to come back in and refinance it and get into a regular mortgage. But you have to have. We don't do anything over 10 acres, though.
Oh, okay, nothing over 10.
Yeah.
Okay, so it has to be 9.99 acres or less.
Right.
and then you do home equity loans as well?
Yes, home equity loans are so popular right now for everybody looking to consolidate debt to adding on to their home or a vacation, anything. Those rates are going to be lower than an unsecured loan. Oftentimes they're lower than an auto loan. Some people use it to buy vehicles. You can use the equity in your house. You've earned that. You've built it up. You can use it for pretty much anything. So
for those that don't know, and most people do know what a home equity loan is and what equity is, but for those like me who don't deal in the mortgage industry a lot, why don't you explain exactly what equity is?
Equity is just the value in your home that you have built that you haven't borrowed against. So, for instance, say you have a $100,000 house. Your house is going to appraise at $100,000. You only owe $20,000 on it. You have about 80% equity in the house.
Right.
We can lend up to 90% of your equity. So you could look at borrowing up to $70,000 in that instance.
Right. So like what my daughter had said about, she was tired of giving somebody else her money. Mm-hmm. When you're paying down the loan on your house, your value of your house, even if it stayed the same as when you bought it, mm-hmm. you still have that equity there you can borrow against.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
So that difference is the equity. And, we have, I'm trying to think of what else we were talking about that I wanted to talk about too. You guys have the first-time home buyer program. I wanted to talk a little bit more about that because a first-time home buyer, there are a lot of advantages for when you're buying your first home, right?
Yes, and actually for the first-time home buyer to be considered a first-time home buyer, you only have to have not owned a home in the last 3 years. Okay. So it doesn't really refer to your very first home ever. Say you've sold a house and 3 years later you're looking to buy a new one. You could qualify again as a first-time home buyer.
Oh, see, that's interesting. That's why I wanted to ask because that was one of the things I was going to ask is what qualifies you as a first-time home buyer. So.
And it also works, say you're husband and wife and you bought your first house only in, the husband's name. Mm-hmm. The wife has never actually owned property. Okay. She would qualify for a first-time home buyer so they could qualify together for the promotion.
Oh, that's interesting. Mm-hmm. So, and there are benefits to that program you said on that program itself, since it's new, I want to talk a little bit more about it. You said there were options for lower fees?
Yes, you have two options. Both options, you're going to get a discount on the processing fee. Normally it's $700. It's only going to be $100. I think I got that number right. But it is only $100 for first-time home buyers. Okay. And then you can also choose between the two options, either another discount on the closing costs or a 0.25% discount on the rate.
Oh, wow.
Right now, the 0.25% discount on the rate is a really good choice because we see rates climbing.
Okay. All right. Well, there's so many great products here. How do they get a hold of you if they want to get more information? They
can call me directly on my line. It's 810-600-3314. Or you could go to our website. Mine is www.myfpcu.com/rose.
Okay. Or you can go to myfpcu.com.
Yep.
And find it there as well. Well, thanks for coming in. It's been great
thanks for having me
again.
Yeah.
And you have some happy holidays.
Oh, you as well.
Bye-bye. All right, next up we have our Guaranteed Rate Business Spotlight with Jeannie Beieler.
Hello, Tracy.
Hello. Did I say your name right?
Yes, you did.
All right, awesome.
Gold star for you.
Gold star for Tracy. We always do a Guaranteed Rate Business Spotlight where we spotlight a local business in Flint Township. And the business you're here to represent today is?
I'm the practice representative with Enhanced Chiropractic, and we're actually so close to the radio station you could throw a rock and probably hit us.
So why don't you tell our listeners, where are you located?
We are located at 5065 Miller Road, Suite number 2, and that's right here in Flint. And our phone number is 810-732-6780.
And you're located just west of Linden Road, right?
Yep, just west of Linden Road. If you were to go past Jersey Mike's and Smoothie King, you'd hit the Animal Surgery Center. Right. We actually share the driveway with Animal Surgery Center.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? Just a little point of fact here. They're looking at doing some expansions there.
Oh, nice. Nice.
So,
nice.
Because we talk about economic development here, too. So
Yep.
We talk about it all.
Yep. I love being able to look out our exam room window and see all the dogs come in and out, and it's fun.
Neat. So, how long have you guys been there?
Dr. Weiss has actually owned the practice since July of last year. Kind of neat thing, he was able to buy out what used to be Blossom Chiropractic.
Okay.
Dr. Blossom was his childhood chiropractor when he was playing sports in school. So he bought the practice out in July, and I've known Dr. Weiss for about 5 years. I came on to work with him last October, and so we've just getting plugged in with the community and getting people healthy spines.
You guys staying busy?
Yes, very busy. We've able to, in the last year, add an extra day because we were just open 4, so we're open 5 days a week now, Monday through Thursday, 8 to 6, and Friday, 9 to 3.
Oh,
so
perfect.
Yeah.
Fit into anybody's schedule.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we try our best to make sure that people can, get seen outside of work and things like that.
So it's a chiropractic center. Is it just Dr. Weiss?
Yep, it's just Dr. Weiss. Dr. Weiss and myself, and then our front desk is Dawn. She's local. She lives in Swartz Creek, so she knows everything about what's going on. So that's really helpful.
Now, you guys get involved in the community other than just being a part of it as a business. You guys do work with local charities and all that stuff. You want to talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. Actually, what it's called, the title of it is the Give Back Movement. So, yeah, it's a little play on, Give Back Movement.
Yeah.
It's really neat. It's a national chiropractic program. And so what I do is I go in the community. I do everything in the community that doctor can't because he's got to be in the office, taking care of people.
He's got to make money.
Exactly. So what I do is I'll go to different things. I do business luncheons, wellness luncheons where we do screenings and things like that. I do different things like I was at Flushing Candle Walk last week, things like that. We try to help other nonprofits with some of their, like if they need bottled water for one of their events or something, I'll go and I'll donate bottled water or whatever. But what the large part of the Give Back movement is about is getting people their chiropractic care. A lot of people don't understand or really know the two-sided coin of chiropractic care, and we just want people to be educated about it. So what happens is when I'm out in the community, the new patient opportunity is where doctor will do his consultation with you, his exam, any necessary x-rays, which we do right in-house, and then he actually puts them up on the screen and walks you through your own x-ray, which I just think is interesting because it interests me. Yeah. And then he gives you your report of findings, which is basically what he sees, for a $40 contribution that he gives 100% of proceeds to our charity for the month.
Oh, that's cool.
Yep.
That's cool.
Yep.
And so then most of, I would assume though, his services, that if you continue with care with him, that's covered through insurance.
Yeah.
Usually.
Yep. We do participate with most major insurances. So if you come in and you're part of that program, or if you just call and come in after your exam and everything, if you want to continue with the care that he's prescribed, it would go ahead and the adjustments would go to the insurance.
My husband used a chiropractor for years because he was in an airplane crash when he was a kid.
Oh, wow.
Fell off a roof when he was an adult.
He was an active kid.
Well, the roof was when he was an adult, and he works in the trades, so you have the upper arm, rotate, all that stuff from reaching over your head all the time. So he's used a chiropractor for years, but here and there. When he needs it. But isn't it helpful if you get on a routine with that so you don't get in such bad shape that you can't walk?
Yeah, that's what a lot of people, and I personally love seeing people come in, with like an acute problem and getting care. We have one patient right now that was having trouble walking, and now after a few, she's doing much better, and the pain scale has come down, things like that. But what people don't realize is it's kind of a two-sided coin to where, yes, you want to take care of pain, because a lot of people think, pain, chiropractor, adjust, get rid of pain. But there's also that maintenance. So it's kind of parallel a little bit to dental. So like how a dentist would say, come every 6 months to get the cleaning so I can see what's going on and prevent issues. Right. Chiropractic recommends every 4 to 6 weeks to do the same thing. You get adjusted, the doctor can see what's going on with you, and prevent future problems, pain, and immobility as you age.
Well, that makes sense. And like you said, it's kind of like your dental. You don't realize there's a problem till there's a big problem.
Something hurts, yep.
Yeah. And it can be something as small as, I know, like with my husband, as small as just having a wallet in his pocket all the time. And it can,
which having a wallet in your back pocket is very bad for your spine, by the way.
I know. I keep telling him that. He's like, I don't care. I got to carry the wallet.
Yep. Ben has his in his front pocket. Very good.
There you go. So, there's such a whole host of issues that you can take care of by going to the right? Because your back affects your whole body.
Yeah, well, that's, when you think of it, your nervous system is the first system in your body that forms in the womb, and that nervous system controls every cell in your entire body. So it's kind of like a garden hose, per se. If you have a misalignment of the bones in your vertebrae and they're pinching on that nerve, it's like bending that water hose, so the messages can't get to where they need. Yeah. So it's like, if let's say you have something going on in your body and maybe like your liver needs a little bit more attention, well, if that nerve is blocked and it's not getting the message, it's not going to run at 100% or heal itself the way it's made to.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm trying to think of, I'm sitting here because I have never been to a chiropractor, right? So but my husband has. So I'm trying to think of some of the issues that were questions that he had when he went. But one of the things I've seen, because I have lots of friends who do go to the chiropractor, and I see a change when they come out of there from having their treatments. If they go regular, I can always see a difference in just how they hold themselves. You can see that they actually look healthier when they come back. So I can understand why this is such a good thing. Now, you said you do the Give Back program. I love that because you're working on the backs. But you work with local charities by getting stuff out to them. Where was he located before he came here?
Before he was here, he didn't own his own practice. Okay. So I actually met him at a practice in Saginaw. Okay. And then it's a long story, but we stayed in touch. I didn't even know he was going to buy the practice. And then I was between jobs because family things or whatever. Right. And I get this text all of a sudden, what are you doing? I'm like, I don't know. What are you doing? He's like, buying practice. You want to come work for me? I was like, okay. Sounds good to me. Yeah.
So what exactly is your role when it comes to the business itself?
Okay. So like I said, the name practice representative, I just represent him out in the community because in order to take care of patients, he's got to be there. So I take care of, I do things like this. Yeah. I take care of, I'll even do errands for him because I don't mind, the computer needs, or the printer needs ink, let's go, stuff like that. Yeah. But the bigger...
to get the job done.
Yeah, exactly. I don't care what it is. But one of the the biggest things is reaching out and getting to know these nonprofits and these charities, and then kind of partnering with them to build funds and donations for them. So, for instance, right now in our office, we're working with Old Newsboys. So we have an Old Newsboys box in the office, and we also have boxes to donate or to collect smaller items from all the charities that we've done all year. Yeah. So then patients can actually do that. So I do things like that. Again, I do like the wellness luncheons at businesses, do just different things. I'm doing like an ugly sweater luncheon, a couple of those this December, and then, the ugly sweater gets a prize. Plus, we just talk about chiropractic and do the screenings and have free lunch. And so it's a really fun way to get to know the community.
So you're doing something with Old Newsboys right now for the holiday season. So love Old Newsboys. It's one of my favorite charities. And it benefits directly to the locals. So that's always a great charity. So what is your role in what's going on with that right now? You said you're doing some stuff, but let's elaborate on it.
Yeah, so of course, like I said, in-house patients, I try to get them involved in anything that I learn as far as resource for community. And it was really cool because we did have Dawn, again, our front desk gal, she had a friend that knew somebody that needed the services of Old Newsboys. Oh. And she just said, hey, we're working with them. Don't you have something? And I said, here, take a screenshot of their thing, send it to her. And she was going to go ahead and apply for help. So that was an extra personal, bonus shot in the arm kind of thing. Sure. But what I do is I'll go out and whenever I, do anything on the schedule, if somebody wants to take advantage of that new patient opportunity, every time somebody comes in and pays that $40, he gives 100% of that. So if 10 people wanted to come in...
basically donate $40 to the charity and get your services. Basically, you can get the x-rays done, have him give you a consultation, pay the $40, but $40
goes right to the charity. Yep, 100% of it goes to the charity. So if 10 people this month take advantage of it, we'll be able to give $400 to Old Newsboys.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yep, and anybody that listens to the show right now can also take up the opportunity for December.
Where do they call if they want to do this?
They're going to call the office at 810-732-6780, and then Dawn or myself will answer the phone, and you just tell us that you heard about the Give Back movement for Old Newsboys on 103.9, and we'll make sure we get you part of that program.
All right. And it's Enhanced Chiropractic.
Yep.
Dr. Weiss, right? So let's give that phone number one more time.
It is 810-732-6780.
All right. And I want to remind everybody that today is the last day of the Discover Flint Township Elf Hunt. So get out there and get your pictures, take your selfies with the elf and post it on Facebook. Include at Flint Township Events and hashtag Elf Hunt DFT. And you might win some big prizes. I want to thank you for coming in today, Jeannie.
Well, thanks so much.
Nice to meet you and to learn more about Enhanced Chiropractic. And I want to remind our listeners that if you have any questions or comments, you can email us at discoverflinttownship@gmail.com. You can visit us on Facebook at Flint TWP Events. Our YouTube channel and our Anchor channel are Discover Flint Township. Our website is discoverflinttownship.com. Got a little thing going there. And our website for the township itself is flinttownship.org. And I want to thank Financial Plus for coming in today, Boan and Jeannie from Enhanced Chiropractic. And I want to thank our partners, HAP, Shea Automotive Group, Financial Plus Credit Union, Guaranteed Rate, and 103.9 The Fox. You can discover Flint Township with us next week at 7:30 a.m. right here on 103.9 The Fox. I'm Tracy Tucker, the Flint Township Economic Enhancement Director, and I want to remind everybody, have a happy holiday. Get out and shop local. Our businesses need your support more than ever. And I want to remind you all, stay safe, stay healthy, shop local, buy local, and discover Flint Township. We'll see you later.
This has been Discover Flint Township with Tracy Tucker. For more information, visit discoverflinttownship.com. Flint Township is ready for your next move. The preceding program was pre-recorded and was paid for by Discover Flint Township. The views expressed are those of Discover Flint Township and do not necessarily reflect the views of 103.9 The Fox or Krill Communications, Inc.